The whole YouTube OBS relationship has been chaotic today, at least for me. I'm gonna hang here for a minute and just test some things. It looks like it's streaming now, but I don't know how reliable it is. Alright, it looks like it's probably working. Alright, it's time to get down to brass tacks here. Okay, so what does our route look like? Okay, it's good that we're flying in the correct direction. That's a good start. Southwest 574, November 714, Sierra Bravo. I don't think we're actually that at all, but it doesn't matter. It's just a test flight. Midway to Dallas Love Field. Cost index 5, air distance 733 miles. Estimated takeoff weight 124. It's about 20,000 under the maximum. Zero fuel weight is about 14,000 under the maximum at 107.8. Average winds on the journey are basically from the west at 21 knots, so pretty light. Looks like there's been some showers blew through here. At Midway, alternate is Oklahoma City. Cruising altitude 380. Wheels up, wheels down, hour and 55 minutes. Trip fuel 9.3-ish, 9.3-ish, 1,000 pounds. Taxi fuel 500. And with all the contingencies, the alternate and finished reserves, our block fuel is up to 16.8. Route is departing 22 left. And then direct to Aceto. And then Adele. Arlen. Probably St. Louis VOR, I'm assuming. Mike Alpha Papa VOR. Foxtrot Sierra Mike VOR. And then Camel, presumably the transition fix for the Hibble 3 into Love Field, runway 13 left. Departure and landing runways are consistent with real-world procedures right now. So I don't think we have any ATC in the current area. I do not know about the en route ATC. We are block to block, 2 hours 23 minutes estimated. We had scheduled for 2 hours 30 minutes. Pax 103. I don't know what the seat count is here, but I'd imagine that is relatively light given our takeoff weight versus our maximum takeoff weight. And yeah, I think that's okay for now. We'll have a look at the weather. Connected to VATSIM already. Denver Center's up, but that's no factor. We have our squawk code. Let's get the latest METAR at Midway. So 5th of August, 8:53 Zulu in the PM. Winds 240 at 6. Visibility 10 miles. Thunderstorms. Few clouds 2,800. Scattered 4,800. Broken 8,005. Broken 13,000. Overcast 25K. Temperature 27, 2.22, altimeter 3001. And basically thunderstorms and lightning, occasional southwest to the west. And probably going to be flying directly into some weather systems. So we'll see what the weather radar, how that works out. Okay, let's jump on in. Got the battery on already. And we're just going to go straight to APU power rather than hooking up the GPU. Okay. Get the forward right fuel pump on in preparation for APU. Standby power is already in auto and protected. Let's get our navigation lights on. Emergency exit lights go to arm and protected. Passenger signs on. Stick on the probe heat. Hydraulic pumps are off, engine pumps are on. Let's go ahead and do the engine and APU fire tests and fault test. Okay. Alrighty, let's start up the Apu. Off these shoes. I find the rudder pedals have a much better feel just wearing socks or being barefoot. The sounds are like outside here. Very nice. I like that. This livery is by Tom Can't Fly and I believe Canvas. I don't know. I just downloaded it earlier today, but looks pretty sleek. Alright, we have figures for the APU generator. Just under 400 hertz and 112 volts, so that's ideal. Got APU on the bus transfer now, and we should start seeing TR1, 2, and 3 all doing their thing, which is good. Go and put the IRSs to a nav mode. Anti-ice is off. We'll put the packs to auto. Isolation valve auto, and APU bleeds are now rolling. Alrighty. Voice recorder is in auto. Dome lights off. Service interphone is off. Cruising altitude today, I believe, is 380. Take a look at that flight plan again for a moment. Yeah, 380. And our landing altitude. Let's get the school bag out here. Midway 8 departure. Hibble 3 arrival. I think in the real world, I checked the digital ATIS for Love Field. And I think I read is that it is only RNAV approaches to both runways. So they are not allowing ILS or VOR approaches. So they never specified which RNAV, so usually Zulu is the one. So coming in from Wade's on the initial fix. Final approach fix is Nate for 13 left. And touchdown zone elevation is 485, so we'll set the landing altitude at 500. Cabin pressures, not manual, automatic. That's good enough with the overhead for now. Let's get down to, let's actually wrap up our charts here. Just got to get the airport chart and that's actually it. Looks like they'll probably have the parking gates on the airport chart. Yeah, they do. Okay. That's all we needed there. To the FMS, just fix the attitude ball. Alright, and set the navigation display to plan mode and data. Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey 41 47 87 45 41 47 87 almost 45, so that's fine. Kilo Delta Alpha Lima 01. I hope I downloaded it. Yep. And we are southwest. I forgot what we are. Southwest 57574. Go ahead and activate, execute. Departure. Midway 8, 22 left. And the arrival. RNAV Zulu 13 left. Hibble 3 from Kamal. And hit enter, or execute, I mean. Legs page, and we'll step through. Looks like the IRSs have aligned almost. Let's see. They have actually aligned. Okay. Okay, departing 22 left, and Actually zoom out a touch. So, okay, departure takes us very much in the direction of the first fix. There's Kamal, and we'll go to the approach plate here. Kamal, Rubber, Chicken, and then venue we have 280 knots. Below flight level 300, above 240. And that is in the FMS. Then repay Kuban and Finger 250 knots, hard 9. It's good. And then Hibble 4,000 or above. And then on the RNAV, we have Wade's as the initial fix, 2,500. And then Nate is final approach fix, where we need to be fully configured for landing at 1,900. Which is only about 1,500 above the terrain. And we have Nate at about just under 4.5 miles from the runway threshold. Glide path is 3 degrees. And I believe this aircraft is LPV capable, so... is the HUD on this? There's a HUD on this. Okay. I'm not going to use the HUD because honestly I don't know how to. I mean, I probably know how to, but I just don't use it. Okay, let's get this airplane boarded up. Fuel and balance, airside services. Load OFP. 0 fuel weight 48901. This is in... kilograms, so I'm gonna have to change that. Okay, minimums radio, that's good. So back to the fuel and balance, airside services. There we go, 107.8. That's good. Fuel 16.8. That's good. We'll go and activate. For some reason, the jetway has gone away. Oh, it's because they're probably... I think Zibbo's airside services have the, has the, stairs come out. Which probably is the reason. Don't know why my chocks were released either. That's probably why the jetway got out of town, because the chocks for some reason disappeared. I'm not quite sure what happened there when I hit activation of airside services. Pretty darn sure the chocks were on when I spawned in. Okay, the route looks good. We have no problems there. Set that back to map mode. And we get most of the work done all the way through the takeoff performance, but we'll need to wait for the passengers to fully board to get the takeoff weight CG. So So, zero fuel weight, 107.8. Full disclosure, I've never flown the Dash 700 before, ever, in the simulator. Fuel reserves, I'm sure it's quite similar to the 800. Fuel reserves are 5.9. And cost index is 5. Altitude, cruising altitude 380. Winds 268 at 21. Outside air temperature at top of climb, negative 51, so that'll be around negative 58 Fahrenheit, maybe, thereabouts. I'm close. Negative 59, negative 60. Transition altitude 18,000 is good. I don't like this FL403 here. Maybe that's maximum. Although it's representing trip. Let me see if I can do this. I'm guessing this is not going to work. Yeah. Full disclosure, I don't know why the trip is saying FL403, but the planned fuel is 16.8. Go and execute that. Okay, the init page is done with the weights. Go on to our performance, where I'm going to use SynBrief's performance takeoff little widget here, which I think is quite useful. And seems to be quite accurate. So our takeoff weight, going back to the init page here. Gross weight 124.6. We'll probably burn, let's say, 200 pounds of fuel on the APU and the taxi out, although it's a very short taxi out. But we'll plan for 124.4. Everything else looks good. Calculate. Flaps 5. Derated takeoff is TO. Select temp 48. Outside air temperature is 20. Whoa, what's going on here? Total air temperature is 99 degrees Celsius. Gotta drop some screenshots in here. X-plane is saying it is 26 Celsius outside. Okay. Maybe it's a minor glitch. That certainly looks like a glitch. Set the altimeter. 19.9 degrees outside. I'm just going to put in 26 here. D-rated takeoff. I'm not sure how much this is going to impact the performance if the airplane really thinks it's 99 degrees Celsius. Okay, onto the takeoff page. Flaps 5. Winds are... I think we have an earlier or a more recent VTAR. $35.20. I'm gonna have to switch the radios to that. Yeah, 140 at 5 now. Temperature's 23. Well, X-Plane thinks it's 26, so we'll stick with 26. Let me go back to the init page. I don't know why that is saying trip 403 is 40,300. That might be maximum altitude of the airplane, is it? Oh, this goes up to 50. Okay. So we have to wait for the packs to get fully boarded, and that'll give us our takeoff weight center of gravity, which we need for finalizing the takeoff performance numbers. So we have the weather, we have the weights entered, and just waiting on final passenger count and boarding to get the center of gravity. So let's go through some of the taxi and departure briefs. So we're at gate Bravo 9 on the Bravo concourse at Midway. We'll push back onto Yankee facing northeast, and obviously pretty quick taxi out to Yankee 7. Runway 22 left, 6,445 feet. Plenty of room. Looks like our takeoff V1 119, V rotate 125. I think we'll accelerate up to that rather swiftly. Actually set the runway heading to 227, so 227 on the flight control panel or mode control panel. 227. Don't know heading, but turn on the flight directors. Heading select. V2 is going to be 131, so we'll target 141. And we'll go into a flight level change after takeoff, do a direct to the first fix, and then once we go into LNAV, we'll go VNAV. So, the Midway 8 departure. Standard takeoff minimums, initial climb. All aircraft climb on assigned heading. Just gonna... Yeah, we don't have any ATC. So we're going to assign ourselves runway heading. Top altitude is 3,000 for the departure. And complete initially assigned turn within 4 nautical miles of Midway. So we'll set to, is it 5,000? Initial climb 3,000. Pretty low. Three-quarters of the passengers are boarded. We are aligned so we can put the yaw damper to on. Can even plan our pushback now. I hear company traffic in the area.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Squawk code 6257. CTAF frequency 3520. We've even got a traffic warning. Ah, there we go. Southwest is taxiing out to the runway. This jetway is crazed. Must be some sort of logic conflict between OpenSAM and I think it is it Zibbo's logic for the okay. Cheers, ma'am. Alright, takeoff weight CG 22.8. The rest of the numbers look good, okay. Trim 5.36, that's darn close to where this where it basically is. It's fine. And V1 119, V2 V rotate, excuse me, 125, and V2 131. Okay. Everything looks alright there. Where's Southwest? Oh, Southwest is taking off. Let's take a look. Good on you, mate. Alright. Let's go set the brakes, chocks release automatically. That's a nice feature. RTO.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Oh, that is good news. Collision light on. Fuel pumps on. Anything on the centers? Nope, center's empty.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
That trip flight level is bugging me out.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Brake released.
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Midway traffic southwest 574, pushing back from Bravo 9 onto Yankee. Nose will be facing northeast. Midway traffic.
Midway traffic southwest. 3539 is making a left turn direct leaky for southwest 3539.
Not much. Not a lot of information in that announcement.
Midway traffic southwest 3539 is up to 15,000 feet. Last call. Midway traffic.
Oh, it's departing traffic. Okay. Okay, let's get engine 2 running. Packs off. Has this got the switches or the levers? Oh, it's got the levers. Okay. Okay, look at generator number 2.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Park brake set. Okay,
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
just under 400 hertz and nearly 114 volts, so that's good. We'll accept that. And engine 1 start.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
You too. Can even switch the generator over now. Our frequency and AC volts should jump up. Time for another Coke Zero caffeine. Fuel to the engine would help. There we go. Good looking power. Disconnect the tug and gear pin. And we'll accept that. And TR Bus transfers look good. APU off.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Oh, I didn't even push out onto Yankee, actually. I pushed out to the wrong spot. Okay. Go arm the auto throttle. Got the signal. Flight control test. Pull up. Pull down. Pull left. Pull right. Rudder left. Rudder right. I'm going to do a bit of a brake test here because my rudder pedals are terrible. Okay. I'm going to set flaps 5. And I think that lowers the flaps a fraction as well as that comes down. Yeah. I noticed that on the 777. Okay. I think we're good to go. Midway traffic southwest 574, taxiing to runway 22 left via Yankee and Yankee 7, Midway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this baby is, that's interesting. I don't mean to do this, but I had carried over the throttle, excuse me, the tiller controls. Nose wheel tilt. Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Good. Okay. All right, that should do it. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying before, I noticed the nose wheel tiller wasn't working. This aircraft seems to begin to roll with the engines in idle. And you don't see that with the Dash 8 and the Dash 9, probably because they're heavier. And I think the engine ratings are the same. According to the FMS, it's still... If I go through to the N1 limit page, Takeoff is still 24,000 pounds of thrust, presumably per engine. And those are the same figures on the Dash 800 and 900, so... Alright, so it's Yankee 6 on this scenery. Midway traffic, southwest 574, lining up and departing 22 left. Midway traffic. Good there.
Safe travels. Where you headed to?
Headed down to home base in Love Field, sir. Where are you going today?
We're headed to Grand Rapids, and then we're turning around and coming right back to Midway, and then we're off to Omaha, Nebraska.
That sounds like a pleasure. So we are 227 runway heading. Here we go. Winds are 140, so coming off the left a little bit. We are stabilized. Toga. I'd imagine this thing accelerates like a bullet. I'm not really feeling much tug off the wind at all.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flight level change.
400.
Speed 200.
1000. To go.
We'll continue the climb. There's no one around. Let's do the direct too. And LNAV. VNAV.
1000 to go.
Continue the climb. Laps 1. Laps up. Not saying anything on the way. Runway turn off lights off, taxi lights off. Continue the climb to cruising altitude. Air temperature, total air temperature went back to normal. I'll have to look at the recording of this later and see when that happened. 10,000 feet, lights off. Actually, I should have pulled the retractables in earlier. Engine start selectors off. Okay, good. We are through the cloud layer. Yeah, wow, this Dash 700 is so nimble. The radar looks clean, but no. We should be okay. Yeah, everything is normal. Okay, 277 on the climb. That is good. I want to go back to the index here for a second and see something. No, it's still the same. So VNav is matching the FMS. Or maybe it's just me. I think it was a little more, needed more pull on the yoke to get the nose up during takeoff compared to the 800 and 900. You can go standard barometric altimeters. I wonder if that's a feature of the 700. I think the center of gravity is I think the higher the center of gravity percentage, the more forward it is. Let me check that online. Well, higher max means the CG is further back from the nose of the aircraft. I'll look it up online later in more detail. There's definitely storm clouds out there, but I think we'll get above them. I'm surprised put the gain up to max here. surprised we're not seeing anything. Surely those are pretty significant thunderstorms out there. We'll have to put the sorry, I didn't mean to hit that key. We have to put the anti-ice on. Let's see if we're going to lose. The theory is that you lose some thrust now. Although it looks our rate of climb has actually increased, but that could be variable on all sorts of different atmospheric conditions. There's no trim air valve on this version of the 737, and I wonder, is that because the cabin is all just one zone? Passenger cabin is 22 degrees, that's fine. I can only assume it's because there's the cabin is one zone rather than two. But so far so good. I should have actually put the airplane into VNAV during the takeoff, even though it was going to be a heading select takeoff. Because, well, it kind of ignored the whole derated thrust reduction procedure. Atlanta Center is up with Denver. Neither of those will be any factor. So we have tops at around flight level 310. Maybe even higher. Alright, we can get the anti-ice off. Alright, the windows didn't freeze up on me, which they probably should have in reality, because I didn't have the window heat on. Regrettably, it's mostly headwind component all the way to Dallas. So we have currently a 23 knot headwind, and that's going to get just worse, unfortunately, when we make this right turn.
To go. FMC speed, VNAV path, so cruise. Target speed delta .74. Oh, this is the optimum. This is the optimum flight level. Max is 410. Okay. 460 miles to top of descent. We are looking at a .31 knot headwind here. True airspeed 428, and we are only getting 398 on the ground speed. And 111 miles to the St. Louis VOR.
See what this bird looks like from the outside. One thing I need to do actually is, this is the first flight on this Dash 700, and I need to make my volume settings here. Oh, darn. There we go. The good news is we are above the weather. It's not uncommon at all on X-Plane 12 to be at 380 and having a bumpy blind ride in the clouds. Gonna go fix a bit of a microphone issue here.
Alright, I think the mic issue should be fixed. I'm not sure if it was coming out on the stream or not. The register in OBS was acting all weird, so I assumed the output was not good. Been a kind of a technologically glitchy day for me so far. Vintage, it is good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. We are doing our first flight in the Dash 700 of the Level Up update. And so far so good. Alright, we are about 70 miles, top of descent, 68 miles. We have no fourth worst center and no approach controllers. No problem. Look at the init ref page and a look at the approach chart again. Or the arrival chart first. So venue is our first speed and altitude constraint. 280 knots at between 240 and 300. And then finger. Oh, excellent. I can't wait for that. I'll definitely be joining that. You'll probably, you know, if I watch that stream, you'll probably have planted a seed in me to go and fire that railroader up again. But we have finger at a hard 9,000 at 250 knots. So we have RNAV Zulu, runway 13 left. We'll just get the weather. And we should also get the CTAF frequency. 2370 on the radio. Oops. I never actually disconnected from the CTAF at Midway. Not a problem. 2370 is done. Weather in Dallas. 2253 Zulu. So that's approaching a half an hour old. That's fine. Winds 170 at 6. Visibility is good. Clouds are not an issue. Temperature's hot, man. Dang, it's hot in Dallas. 38. Altimeter is 2992. And no reports of any thunderstorms or showers in the area. Okay, so LPV minimums are 685. That's gonna be barometric, so switch that. .685 is set on the minimums, which is 200 radio altitude, so touchdown zone elevation's 485. Obviously the math works out there. I missed approach procedure. Looks like runway heading and then a left turn to Soldo for a right hand hold, so climb 1,000 to 1,000 and then turn left, continuing to climb to 3,000, direct to Soldo and enter a right hand hold. How does the request form work then? Is that something you can... Is it interactive? Currently have 5 viewers on the stream. Welcome everyone. We are approaching our top of descent and to begin our initial descent down into Dallas Love Field in a super hot Dallas, 38 Celsius. Density altitude in Dallas right now is almost 4,000 feet. Oh, it's about that. The field is at 487 feet. Okay, finishing off the approach briefing. So landing 13 left, 7,752 feet. So not super long, but should be plenty. We'll be exiting to the right. And we're going to go flaps 30. And given the reported winds of 170 at 6 knots, we will maintain the 5-knot wind correction is fine. So our V approach will be 132 at flaps 30. And since it was so easy to accelerate on takeoff, I'd imagine the reverse thrusters will be quite effective on slowing down. We'll go auto brake 1 and bring our altitude target down to 240. No, I understand what the questionnaire is, but how is it accessible, or how would viewers of the stream be able to interact with it? Is it like a poll? Conducting a poll? I guess it's like one of those things that I think you can do that on Stream Elements as well, to conduct polls. Although I'm not a huge fan of Stream Elements at all. I think it's a bit gammy. I'll be posting a link. Okay, engines are retarding. VNAV path. Oh, the Google Forms one? Got it. Oh. Got some interesting cloud formation up ahead. Looks like I can identify about at least 2 probability distribution curves in the clouds out there. .245 descent venue. So here's the question, right? It wants me to cross venue. It wants me to cross venue at 280 knots. Or does that really mean 280 or less? Probably the latter. But normally when you plug in a hard 280 into the FMS, it is not in on VNav, but it's not in FMS speed. I mean, it's following the descent speed that it even sees at venue 280 knots. So. Kind of surprised how the Dash 700 has been able to maintain the descent speed. Matter of fact, it's tracking like 4 knots or nearly 5 knots below the targeted descent speed. But the Dash 8 and the Dash 9 have had terrible trouble trying to get down to the target speed. We'll continue the descent. Still on VNav path. I believe it's finger at a hard 9. Yep. And that should be consistent with the next FMS indeed. So I would have expected the opposite. I would have expected that the Dash 700 would be harder to lose its kinetic energy on the descent, simply because there is less drag. Same wings, same tail, same engines, same nose profile. Shorter fuselage. I know the A319 is definitely much slipperier on the descent than the A320 and the A321. And I presume that is likely due to the shorter fuselage providing less drag than the other two planes. Nothing on the air traffic control front. going to be on track 232 after Hibble. Altimeter goes to 2992, so really no change. Interesting. Now the airspeed is indicated airspeed is rising. The rate of descent has more or less stayed the same. A speed brake at just a fraction. Don't want to get that airspeed running away on us. Total air temperature is 14, so no icing issues. So I wonder what the static is outside right now. Static is 2 degrees Celsius. On navigation display is track up already, so Wade's at 2,500. So we'll make ourselves enter a left downwind for 13 left. airspeed's getting away again. Very interesting. The fixed lights on.
1,000 to go.
Looks like we got approach. One 25025. Approach hello, southwest 574, descending through 9,000.
American 2135, Lone Star approach, good evening, Squawk 2647.
Squawk 2646, American 2135.
Southwest 574, Lone Star approach, good evening, to 784,000, do you have an approach request?
Arnav Zulu 13 left is the approach request for southwest 570.
Southwest 574, expand.
And calling back down to 4,000 southwest 574.
American 2135, turn left 8090 to 784,000.
Turn left 8090 to 784,000, American 2135.
American 2135, you can expect runway 18 right?
Expect 1 edge right, American 2135.
Southwest 574, you said you wanted the left side?
Affirmative. We had planned for runway 13 left. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I just thought I wrote it down wrong for a second. American 2135, turn right heading 15 there.
Turn right heading 150, American 2135.
American 2135, field 1 o'clock, 20 mile.
Yeah, for the side, American 2135.
American 2135, clear cruise approach, runway 1 area.
Official approach on 1 edge right, American 2135.
Okay, so 13 left.
Southwest 574, descent, flying 26.
Lighting 260 southwest 574.
Thousand to go.
start pulling the speed back just a touch. Altitude acquired. MCP speed. I've never flown the Dash 700 before. You know, it's interesting, much more force on the yoke on the takeoff compared to the Dash 8 and the Dash 9. Which does actually kind of make sense, because I was looking up on online, there's almost a 10-foot difference in lever arm between the...
Southwest 574, flying 230 to 718 3000.
that was heading 230 down to 3000, Southwest 574. Down to 3000. Yeah, you gotta really pull back on the yoke.
1,000 to go.
Quite a bit more than the Dash 8 and the Dash 9. Because you don't have that lever arm. There's not a lot of fuselage. There's not nearly as much fuselage behind the center of gravity. And the weight of the tail of the airplane is the exact same tail as the 800 and the 900. And it loses a lot of lever arm, so kind of wondering what the performance will be like on the landing.
2135, runway 18 right, clear.
Alright, we're gonna pull our speed a good bit back now, 200, and we'll set flaps.
Southwest 574 to 718 2000.
2000, Southwest 574. Continue to 2000. Go flaps 1.
2500.
1,000 to go.
And flaps 5. Looks like he's bringing us in fast. Go down to 19er. And our V approach speed is
Southwest
132.
574, 3 miles from the 8, turn left, heading 160, maintain T-1000 until established on top, push course cleared, RNAV Zulu 13 left.
Left turn 200, maintain 2000, and cleared RNAV Zulu, maintain 2000 until Nate, cleared ILS, cleared RNAV approach, runway 13 left.
Left turn heading 160.
Left turn 160, Southwest 574. We'll have to do this manually.
Bank angle.
Okay, we got field in sight.
Southwest 574, runway 13 left, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 13 left, Southwest 574. you're down. Two is final approach speed.
American 2135, turn left, cross 18 left, safe fire.
Turn left, cross runway 18 left, and we're going to gate Charlie 38.
Going to the Delta gate so you can taxi straight in. Good day.
Alright, we'll just taxi straight in and then try to take off.
Thousand feet stabilized. Mr. Broach altitude set.
Mr. Broach is 3,000.
$60, $40, $20, $5,
$80.
Southwest 574, turn right, and then Mike, Bravo 2, Bravo to the gate. Good day.
Exit right, Mike Bravo to Bravo to the gate. Good day, Southwest 574. Mike Bravo 2. Straight ahead. Don't like how the controller, I asked for RNAV Zulu, and RNAV Zulu starts at Wade's, and he brought me in real early. Had to kind of improvise at the very end by reducing that speed. I guess he was trying to get traffic separation with Fort Worth traffic landing. Start up the APU. Yeah, the Dash 700 is considerably more nimble than the Dash 800 from what I can tell. We'll take this nearest one here. Gate 6. I need to get a shortcut key for bringing the VDGS closer. Yeah. Maybe this spot wasn't given one. Okay, APU generator power looks good. Engine's down. Seatbelts off. Disconnect from VATSIM. Again, overall verdict, plane, everything behaved flawlessly. The only thing that I see as a bit of a probably a glitch here is the total air temperature is 99 degrees Celsius. And at some point on the ground, it may have something to do with the airplane being on the ground, because once you're in the air, the total air temperature goes to you know, levels that you would expect. But yeah, Level Up have done a phenomenal job on the 700, so that's 3 out of the 4 airplanes flown. I might do the Dash 600 later tonight, I don't know. But yeah, it's just great. It's just so enjoyable to fly now. Flight characteristics really good. A bit unusual. They're quite slippery on the descent. I wasn't quite expecting that. Well, it's probably 99 Fahrenheit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 99 Fahrenheit. So, but it was exactly the same in Midway before we took off. It was plus 99 Celsius. So there might be some. It looks exactly like some sort of code thing where some piece of the code is looping, or it's fallen to a default value. Anyway, let's... Actually, does Volanta capture other flights' landing rates? It's lost me. Doesn't really matter. Alright, let's go and peel all that back. I'm gonna get rid of, actually no, I'll leave the overlay, because maybe we could discern the landing rate from the overlay. It's 99 in Dallas.
VATSIM feet stabilized. Mr. Approach altitude set.
Does Love Field have a good tower camera view? Oh gosh, no. Have you tried what is it, X-World Pro yet? Vintage? Where's the tower in this place? It's got to be on this side, right? Alright, folks. Get a little bit of a crosswind component coming off the right. Alright, I'll accept that. To do a bit of a pre-decrabbing. Guess smoke grows at about 100 feet a minute. Anyway. The experience is concluded. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. That was our first test in the Level Up, new Level Up V2. The Dash 700. And, the Dash 8 was flown yesterday, and the Dash 9 was flown the day before. And I would say at least probably 9.5 out of 10 for all planes. I'll see you in the skyways. Adios.